Hi everyone, this is Ashley with the Scrap-A-Dab-A-Doo design team, and we're here for part 2 of our project Tag to Memories. We started this project on Saturday, May 31st. Oh gosh, is that right? Yeah, May 31st. And so hopefully we're going to finish part 2 tonight, and it'll just be 2 parts. So let's go ahead and get going. Okay, so I have my jars already pre-spray painted for today. The other jars were plain all the way around. These ones say Kerr on them, self-sealing mason. I really kind of like that look. So you could take just a light sand over the wording. Let's try it. See what happens. Where's my sander? Oh, here it is. And just kind of scratch it off. It gives it that vintage look. So just scratch off the raised part. I really like this. I think it adds another little element to the jars, aside from all the beautiful things that are in them. Okay. So now you can really see that writing. So if you have one that has writing, you can completely do that. It's kind of cool. You can kind of see on the inside, you see the writing through the glass now that we have the spray paint off of there. So that's also an option, so I just wanted to share that. The rims are painted with the spray paint that we went over in part 1, and then the cream paint here. I have also got my label pull, Tim Holtz, I call him Timmy, geez. That's already spray painted as well. I think you guys can see the actual hammered look. Probably not. Okay. And then I have my feet spray painted as well. Yeah, I just spray paint the outside, and you can see this isn't spray painted on the inside, but because see, that's where I scratched it, but the inside has that cream look as well. I do get some spray paint here on the inside rim, but you can't, it doesn't look sloppy or anything like that. You can't tell at all. So, we have these ready, so I'm going to go ahead and set those aside for when we're ready for them. I also have some dried seam binding. There is seam binding available in the store. And I'm going to quickly go over the colors with you. These are for around the mason jars, and then of course your extra seam binding. Okay, so she said they're out of these specific drawer pulls. But they have Graphic 45 ones, and I love Graphic 45, so those are probably just fabulous. And the ones I used are on order. And so here is the seam binding all sprayed. Now they kind of have like a dark vintage tint to them, and that's from when I spray them. So I lay them on my craft mat and I spray them and I really saturate them, and then I take them and ball them up and I wring it out and I leave it in that really tight ball. Well, it's really just a cluster of the pigments that are doing this. Okay. It didn't so much do it on the Cowabunga Copper. It did do it on, and it looks black, but it's just the pigments all joined together. And so it gives it that vintage kind of rustic look. So it just take it, when it's all saturated, I have my gloves on because I don't like the ink on my fingers, and I ball it up really tight like that, and then I wring it out, and I leave it like that. Yes, and they have this in store, and it's called Wrinkle Ribbon, and it's fabulous. So these are the 5 colors. Excuse me, holy moly. So, Cowabunga Copper. Okay, so this one is a dark This one is a dark chocolate truffle. It is not dark like it should be. This is round 3 on refilling this bottle. So if you guys use the Lindy's and you didn't know that, refill them. When they get down to like, you know, yay so, just fill them back up. And it kind of fades through the fillings, but like the second one is just as strong as the first one. This is the third one. So it's a lot lighter. So this one was the dark chocolate truffle. And you guys, well, I just shook it, but there's still tons of pigment in there. This one here is the My Mojito Green. Okay, so like this one is right down there. So I'm going to go ahead and refill this, and it'll be, because this was a brand new one, so it'll be just as strong as the first round. You can fill it when it gets halfway down as well. It's completely up to you. I've done it both ways, and the first, if you fill it when it's only halfway down, you're going to get a couple really good fills out of it as far as pigment goes. But like this one, I waited till it got all the way to the bottom, and that was my third fill, so it's quite late now. This one is the South Shore Sand. Love this one. And these are all, oh, this one's a flat Fabio. The other ones are all Starbursts. This one is my favorite color, and it is the Cowabunga Copper. And then this one here is the Wild Honeysuckle Coral. The Tibetan Poppy Teal is absolutely scrumptious. I said it, scrumptious. I love it. It's absolutely fabulous. So those ones are sprayed. Basically, just grab your craft sheet, put your ribbon on it. I would use a craft sheet instead of paper towels because then you can cut more ribbon to soak up the stuff that's left on the table. And if you get some pretty good, you can get some really cool colors mixed together on there if you wanted to. Almost a tie-dye effect if you were going for that. So those were the 5 colors that I used. Just grab them, ball them up, let them dry balled up, and then they'll be all nice and crinkly. So let's go ahead and get started with the paper. When we left, we didn't have this top portion on, but I did give instructions on how to put it on, and so I have done that. So here's the top 6 sections. The jars would be right here in this row, and my tags would go in this back row. Okay, and then we've got our drawer. So we're going to go ahead and measure and cut and decide what paper we want, and then I'm going to give that to Mark, and he's going to ink them for me while we do some work with our drawer. Okay, and putting our holes for the drawer pull in and so on and so forth. Okay, any questions on what we're doing? Okay.
How can you tell all they're talking?
They're right there. You can see it right there on the chat.
Oh.
They just type in if they have a question. I think this is the first time Mark's been at one of my shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
It is awesome. I love it. Very addicting. Get some of this stuff out of the way.
So I'm going to be like right here.
Yeah, you're going to be like right here. And for the inking of the paper, I am using, of course, black soot and walnut stain. So I'm just going to set this here. Give it a second. Let me grab the walnut stain for him. There's that. And walnut stain. There's that. Let me get you a piece of paper here. I'm just going to lay it out like this. That way you can ink on it and not worry.
So am I going to eat every spot?
Nope. I'll show you in just 1 second.
All
I
right.
couldn't cut the paper beforehand because I had to give out measurements. So, okay. So, just like in the first one, paper pad's not even open yet. Oh, Renee said, great job on the inkers that we made.
Oh. Yeah, thank you.
We had fun doing it. It was quite nice, actually.
It was fun.
Yeah. Deandra's still waiting on hers. She needs 48, honey. So get on it.
Do 48. All right.
Okay. So for our bottom section of this tower, so there's 4 inches here, and a tower. Ooh. There's 4 inches here and 4 inches here. So for this bottom section, I decided to do one paper and then a different paper on the top, and I really like the way that that turned out. Okay. So for that bottom section, we used this paper right here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull out both of those. Ooh. Okay. And let's go ahead and cut them.
How do you cut them?
Right here.
Oh, right there.
Yeah. He hasn't been in here to see what I actually work with. Do you usually do just ribbons with flat Fabio? Is that question for me? Yeah, the flat Fabios have no shimmer. You can do your ribbons with whatever colors you would like. I've done the flat Fabios on the wrinkle ribbon before. You can choose flat or shimmer. Okay, so for this back, this is the back side right here, and this is the lower section. We're going to cut it to, I want my lines to be vertical. So we're going to go ahead and cut our height first. And I kind of like leaving the very noticeable black edge. So we're going to cut it, oops, to 3 15/16. Just about, well, yeah. Just about a 1/16 short from 4 inches tall. It's already 12 inches wide. And you can see I'm not going to cut the width. One, because we're going to have edges on here, so it's going to get cut up or covered up anyway, so there's no reason to waste that cut. But 2, even if you weren't covering the edges, because I wrapped all of my edges with a hinge, it then gave it an additional 1/16 of an inch. Rob said I will have to give you your own crafting desk.
Thank you.
Just amen to that. Okay, so for the sides, these ones again are going to be just a little bit below 4 inches tall, right here. Okay, and then cut it at 7.5 wide, and you need 2 of those. And save your scraps. Those always come in handy for something. Oh, I about had a heart attack. I almost thought I forgot to record or something. Woo, that would have been dangerous. Okay. Cut this to 7.5. Okay. Alright, so that will be, and then you have these 2 front portions on either side of the opening for your drawer. So you're only going to, instead of cutting them 4 tall, you're only going to cut them to the height of the drawer opening right here. Okay? So let's go ahead and take our ruler. And we're going to measure, because this front cover piece of paper comes all the way down to the top of the drawer opening. Okay? So it's going to cover, so it'll be a little bit bigger than 4 tall. So it's going to be 1 inch, oh, yeah, 1 inch wide by 3 inches tall. So you need 2 of those. Grab one of our scraps here. Cut it to 3 inches tall.
Back right now.
Yeah, you're going to start inking here in just 1 second. Do you want this chair? Because I can handle that one. Do you want this one?
No, I think I'm all right.
Okay. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with this one. And just put it down here on the thing. And just lightly go like this.
The whole paper?
Nope, just up against the edge. See?
Oh, okay.
And just do it lightly. You don't want to put too much pressure. And that gives it a nice distressed look.
All 4 sides?
All 4 sides. So this is what I was showing him for those that wanted to know. This is my walnut stain, and I like to give it a more vintage look for this project, and so I just put it on the piece of paper and just start nicely rubbing in a circular motion all 4 sides. Okay? And watch this, honey. So once you've done that to the piece, I then take my black soot to give it that nice dark edge and just go along the edge like so. See? How it just nicely,
Oh, sure does. Oh, yeah.
nice and light, and then just dab it, and just nice and light. You don't have to do a lot of pressure.
Outstanding.
And then voila, you have your piece. Okay, so I'm going to get him set up with those. You have, that one's already done, so we'll put that there. You've got these 3 pieces.
So where's my first one? Start with
Okay.
gathers.
Always start with the circle and end with the square.
Oh, this.
Hold it like this in your hand with a pencil. Put your 2 fingers on it and just go like this.
I can do that.
Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue cutting the rest of the paper while he's inking that. Okay, so that was all of our bottom. That was all of our bottom portion. Now for the top portion, we used. Where's my paper pad go? Oh, here it is. He is my very own cheerleader. He's awesome. I absolutely love him to death.
I can't see the difference with the paint.
It's there.
All right.
Okay, so this is the paper that I used for around the top edges. I absolutely love this paper. These flowers are just stunning. So stinking awesome. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll pull both of them out. I can't remember. Did I use both? I did. I used both. Well, I used like 1.5. You'll need 1.5 of those. Okay. So for this top front section, it should be about 5 inches tall. Yeah, you're going to cut it at about 5 inches tall. Nope, cut it at 5 1/16, just to be on the safe side, and then we can trim it down if we need to, obviously by 12. Okay? And I really liked this time travel down here in the corner. It fits really well with the moments in time right above it. So I'm going to make this bottom section of this page my focus, with all the writing and stuff in the background. So 5 1/16. And I'll show you guys what it looks like real quick. Okay. So that is what it's going to look like on there. And it flows seamlessly with your drawer. Okay. And then the back is going to be cut it at 4 inches. Yeah, cut your back piece at 4 inches tall by 12 wide. Let's go ahead and cut our 4 inches. And again, you can look at your paper and decide. There's a nice clock right here in the upper corner with some writing. So if I want, and this is the time machine, and so I really kind of want that on my back as far as decoration goes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it this way. Lindy's stamping is absolutely the bomb. I've got about 6 different sprays or 5 different sprays, and they're by far my favorite. Okay, and so we're going to need our sides, and you can go ahead and cut them at 4.
And this goes on the corners?
No. This, you take and you hold the paper in your hand, just like so,
Oh, and tap.
and you just kind of flick it, right like this along the edges.
I think I can flick it.
You can flick it. Here you go. And you don't need to put a lot of pressure, just nice and there. Bravo.
This is easy.
It's time consuming, and I really want to get this done for the ladies tonight. So you're helping us out dearly, honey.
Need more coffee.
Carol, he needs more coffee. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 4 high and 7.5 wide. And these are for our sides. And then another one at 4 high and 7.5 wide. Okay. We've got our front, our back, and our 2 sides. Okay. So now we're going to work on the papers for the drawer. Now, for the inside of the drawer, you're going to need a piece of paper that is about 9.5 wide by 7 1/8 tall. So, for the inside of the drawer, and for the inside walls, I used the same paper on the inside walls and the bottom. And the paper I used was one of my other favorites, and it's this one right here. Go ahead and pull that out. I'm going to put my scraps in my paper pad just to move them out of my way for right now. And then for the outside of the drawer, we went ahead and used, it was this red one right here. Love this one. Absolutely beautiful. And this one's for the outside. You only need one of those. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut our base for our drawer. And like I said, 9.5 wide. By 7.25 tall. Go ahead and cut our width. 9.5. And our 7.25. And then I don't have this other wall on. We're going to be doing that in just a second. And it is just a little bit snug. So this is where, and this is how it's going to work with the top too. Depending on how you have your hinges in and how square everything is that you lined up, it's going to be, you're going to have to trim probably. So I'm going to do 7 1/8 tall by 9 3/8 wide. So I'll change that inside measurement just so it's nice and accommodating. It's all black on the inside and it flows nicely with the black cardstock. So, and that's going to fit perfectly right down in there. Okay. I'm so comfortable trimming another 16th off. So it's just going to be one of those kind of measure as you go, just so you get it right. Everybody builds differently. Their hinges are different. The way they get put in are different. Okay, so that's the inside of our drawer. Put that right there.
Okay, I got mine done.
Okay, well, you have another set right here.
What?
I know. Gosh, I'm such a slave driver.
Does it come with two?
Yep. Okay, so here is our bottom section. Nicely inked. Thank you, honey.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Okay, so let's go ahead and cut our inside, front, back, and side panels. And those are going to be 2 5/8 tall. By 7 or
How do you know when I'm dry?
you'll know, by 9.5 wide. Oh, and it's cut at 9.5 wide. Let's just see here. If we have to adjust that, we will. But I don't think we will. It'll fit nicely right inside the drawer. Okay. So we've got that one. We need another one. Let's see if this works. Darn it. Nine and a half wide. Joy. Do 2 5/8 tall. 2 5/8 tall. And 2 5/8 tall. So this will be for the inside back and the left and right inside. So go ahead and take it down to 9.5 wide. Okay. So now we have our inside, front, and back. Okay. Let's do our inside, left, and right walls on the inside. And those are going to be 7 1/8. And I might have to go even to like 7 1/16 for this, the way I did my hinges. So if you're building this with us, cut it according to your cut. See, and it fits perfectly on the inside of that drawer. Okay. And of course, all of these edges will get inked. Hold it like that, like you would a pencil. Hold on to it. Okay. Now hold on to it.
Oh, swirl.
Swirl. You don't have to dab, just swirl. Okay. So all of our inside drawer is ready. Let's go ahead and cut the paper for our outside. Okay, so I absolutely love this paper, and this would be something that you could put down on the front of your drawer. It's got, you know, very beautiful flowers, book, and writing right there in the corner. But in doing so, you would cut off some of the wording, and I particularly don't like that. And because I'm using time travel up on the top, I don't want it to say time travel again down on the front of the drawer. So I'm going to go with just a solid red front. So we're going to need 4 of these cut at 2 5/8. Hold on, let me cut it at 2 3/4 and decide. Yeah, do 2 3/4. 2 3/4 fits nicely, top to bottom. So you're going to need 4 of these at 2 3/4. Okay, and you'll need 2 of them, which this is the one I'll use on my front cover. It's very, you know, simple. There's not really much to it. There's some nice writing. I'm getting glare from my light. And you're going to want to cut it to, just go ahead and do 9 5/8 wide. And that's going to fit nicely right here on the front of our drawer. Okay, and we're also going to put corners on these as well. So you need 2 at 9 5/8 wide. And 2 need to be 7 1/4 wide. Outside of our drawers. Just like so. Okay. Are there any questions so far on the things that we have done with the cutting of these? Okay, so we're going to finish building our drawer and actually punching the holes for our label pull, or drawer pull, label pull. Okay. So you would be hinging this together just like we did in part 1 with all of the other elements as far as the glue and your hinges go. Some hinges here. I'm going to glue the side panel on, and then we're going to punch the holes for our drawer pull. Saturday was so much fun, you guys. Such an awesome day. I do have to say, I felt like I kind of had a little bit of a craft hangover. It was such an awesome day. We're going to have to do that again. We should do it every year, Carol, on our Ustream anniversary. It was so much fun. There's great prizes, great projects. The crowd was great. You guys were funny. Oh my goodness.
Why is this one? I can't see that one, but I can see this one.
Okay, well this one goes here on that pad, right? Or did you move the black one?
No,
Oh, you moved it. Sneaky, sneaky. Because it's already kind of a vintage paper, and you weren't pressing really hard to put a ton of ink on it. If you had like really got into it and really did this, you would definitely be able to see it a lot more.
Well,
It's there.
done?
No, it looks fabulous. You did a great job, sweetheart.
I can't see it.
That's all right. You're doing good.
Ones,
That was so much fun. That was so much fun. So I'm just getting the glue into the crevice of where I just put that wall in. And I'm going to get this hinge on. I had hoped to have this built before class, but I was really running. I had to take baseball bags to baseball practice, and oh my gosh. I think I said on Saturday our teenager lost the key to his car, so we had the key guy come out and refit a key today. And then it was so funny. Oh, so it's an 88 Ford F-150. Yeah, I think that's right. And so you turn on the ignition, and you drive or whatever, and then you go to turn off the ignition, but it doesn't go back. It doesn't turn off, and I'm like, oh my God, the key doesn't work. You have to call him. I can't shut it off. And mind you, it's a clutch, so I could just release the clutch. I'll jerk forward, but at least the car will die. And so I actually did that. And so Mark runs inside to get my phone, and I call the guy, and he's like, there's a knob that you push as you turn the key into the lock. I felt like such a dork. I had a 1972 Chevy 454 big block. I'm telling you, all my guy friends loved riding in that truck. And I completely forgot that it has got these locking features. Oh my gosh, I felt like such a dork. I called him in such a panic. I'm like, your guys' key doesn't work. It was hilarious. My husband didn't think so. I was kind of wigging out. But it really was hilarious now that I look at it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so needless to say, we now have a key. We only paid for, because he lost his door key too. We only paid for, well, he's paying for it actually, but we paid for it up front. But we only paid to have the ignition key redone. So I told her, I said, don't lock your car. But, so, it's good. No worries. At least it runs now. It was parked on my lawn to drain the water out of the back of it, and then he lost his key. So I didn't want it on my lawn anymore. That is just weird. how that happened. I know, oh my gosh, I started to panic. I completely forgot that I had...
What's that meat out for? Should I put it away?
We're making tacos after this.
Tostadas.
Tostadas. So you can have tostadas. If it's thawed, you need to put it in the fridge.
Okay.
But if it's still frozen, don't worry.
And we got 2 keys now. Now I hope we don't lose the key one.
Sorry, our babies are in here. Oli is our male dog, which you guys saw. Those that watch my channel, he's the male dog that we built the doghouse for. And Millie is my dog. She follows me everywhere. So sorry about the barking, you guys. It's that, or they sit outside the door, whine and scratch. You should have heard her on Saturday. Poor baby. She was just desperate by the time I actually walked out of this room. Okay, so what we're going to do now is find our center, and there's really no mathematics to this for me. I kind of just plop it in the middle.
How much was that key again?
$100.
2 keys.
Okay. Oh, here's my sharp one.
Tostada.
Where's my ruler? You see a ruler? Oh, there's one. Can you hand me the ruler? Por favor. Gracias. Okay. So I kind of set it where I think is the center. And from this edge, I measure. And so that says 3 3/4. And this edge, I'll measure. And that says almost 3 3/4 too. So I'm pretty much right in the center, and then you just need to decide how far up or down you want your drawer to be, or your pole to be. And so that's about 1 1/8 from the bottom of it. And oh my god, I cannot be this good. This is like the second time I've done this. I can just set it down and plop it right in. Oh, sorry.
These have to be done?
Yep, those have to be done too. Go for it, honey. Sorry. Move over a tad. Okay. So there's my center. So I'm going to take my pencil, draw in my little holes where the brads would be. Just like so. Okay. And then I'm just going to take and punch the holes out.
How are you going to punch it?
I am going to use either this, let's see if this is going to work or not. It won't work. So I'll use my big chomp, my big bite. That's what I want. Which one?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a beast. So I'm going to set it on my 1/8 hole. And I'm just going to line it up and chomp it. Okay? And do the other one. Perfect.
What if you don't have one? Pencil? Sharp pencil?
You can use your pokey tool. If you don't have one, you can use your poke tool.
Oh, no.
Let's see. See if I can find my pokey tool. Oh, here we go. So this is a brad setter, so you can completely use this. Obviously, don't hurt yourself when doing this. And just put your hands behind it, hold, and then poke it through. Just like so, if you don't have that tool. Okay? He will learn all the lingo, Renee. That one's the one you flick the edges. Okay, so find your front piece. This is the next portion of this that you need to know. Go ahead and find your front piece. Use this one. And what you're going to do is lay that on there lightly with maybe just some ATG tape, just a little tiny dot right in the middle. And place it exactly how it needs to be lined up on your front. Press down. And then on the inside, you're going to go ahead and circle trace. Stick your pencil in and draw a circle. And draw a circle. Just like so. Okay. Draw your circle. And then go ahead and remove it. And then go ahead and punch them out. You can see my circles right there. There's one. Okay. And there's the other one. And then just double check for lining. Make sure it's lined up properly. And watch your directional paper with your wording. Okay?
Oh, this is done. Okay.
Yep, this one's done. Okay, so let's go ahead and get, we've got all of the paper cut for those functions. Now the top, where we've got the cubbies, it's kind of up to you if you want to paper them or not. You can leave them black. However you like the look is how you should do it. I papered the inside of the other one. I think we can get to that today. That would be nice, but we'll see how it goes. Here's the last set of those. So we're going to go ahead and do our edges. And we're going to have, and what I mean by edges is the trim along the edges of the box. For this one, I used this punch. This is a Martha Stewart punch. Okay. And the trim is going to go down all four corners, right along the edges. And it goes on after we put on our paper. Okay? So what we're going to do is find the pattern paper that we need to use. And you can use scraps, the back sides of papers that you've already used. It's kind of up to you. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. So let's go ahead and find that paper. And for that I used this paper right here. Got the script and the writing.
So will I go like this? Then I get some wax? And then I go.
We'll circle it because it's the white
Well,
edges.
I do a circle thing and I can't do it. I don't have the circle thing in my life here.
Oh, okay. That's alright. It'll be perfect.
I can dab the tar out of it though.
You can dab the tar out of it, huh, honey?
I can dab it.
Okay, that works. Works, works, works. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut strips. That's our approximately 8 and 8 and 1/8 tall by 1.5 wide. Okay. So let me decide which part of this to cut off. 8 and 1/8 tall by 1.5 wide, scored at 3/4. That's the right height. That just looks short. Nope, that's right. 1.5 inches wide. I'm lucky. I have the best husband ever. He does my construction strips. He's in here, sitting here patiently. And you need 4 of these.
Am I making that as well?
No, I'm making this. These ones. Did you do the black on these ones?
No.
Okay.
Good call.
I'll start with those 4. And then you're also going to have to decide if you would like to do them. This is the drawer, and when your paper comes together, I'm also going to do them on the front of the drawer, okay? So you're going to need 4 of them if you're going to do the corners of your drawer that are 2 3/4 tall by 1.5 wide. Okay? So because I have this out, let's go ahead and do it. 1.5, and we'll just cut 2 of these strips, hole punch or punch them and score them, and then we'll cut them to the height that we need. Okay, scoreboard. So we're going to go ahead and score them at 1.5. Or I'm sorry. Don't score them at 1.5. Score them at 3/4. He's also my die cutter too. He does my dies, my hinges, and now he's an inker. He's a rock star. Rock star.
I haven't seen my pay go up yet.
Oh, Carol. Okay, so I'm going to take this border punch, and what I like to do is, because I like everything to be symmetrical and line up, so I start it just like so, right to the very edge of that silver tab. You can see it in there. Okay. Punch. Punch. I missed one. Okay. I have such a hard time seeing these ones. And then let's go ahead and do the top. And then, so this is where everything lines up when I do the next step. Okay. So you had it in there just like so. Just take it and flip it. And then line it back up at the top, just like so. Okay. And pinch. Oh, I need a new one. This one's busting. I have to turn it so I can see it. Okay. So now you have your perfect edge. And it's got its score right down the middle. And it's going to go right over your edges. Okay. So what you're going to want to do now with these is to take your whatever ink you're using, if you're using an ink, because I don't like white edges. I don't like that, especially on this kind of vintage paper. It doesn't look right. So I'm going to go ahead and take my walnut and very gently, you don't want to give it too much pressure, just ink, and then I go back over with my black soot, and I'll do black soot down the fold as well. So I'm going to find my fold where I scored it and gently bend that. You can bend it before, but it makes it harder when you're trying to punch it. Okay, so now that's creased. I'm just going to grab my black soot and just ink these edges a little bit. You watching?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay.
It's pretty neat how it starts from just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then it turns into something like this. Just wonderful.
And then just very ever so lightly, you're going to go right over the crease, right where the fold is. And then that will be the edge of your paper.
It's like Wild Kingdom.
It's like paper crafting, Wild Kingdom. I'm going to give you these back.
I need to do these.
Oh yeah, go for it. Here's your walnut. So I've got to cut all of these, punch them. We'll see how far we get today to see if we need another show. I don't want to rush this for people. Now if I could just see, I should borrow your glasses, honey. We talked about this on Saturday, how I can't see for beans. So I'll just go ahead and flip it over. Gosh, I hope that's where I started. Seeing as how I messed up my paper. Yep.
I'm selling mine.
You're not selling yours. Not very many more to go, you guys. Just where this punches on its last leg.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like one of my favorites, and I used it on everything for my first 2 years. And I mean everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if I have to get a new one. It's been dropped, it's been lost, it's been all kinds of stuff.
This one has 2 holes in it.
That's okay, that's for my front cover. Remember? We did that with the punchy thing, so it's lined up perfectly.
Oh, is that how you did this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry guys, I'm being really quiet because I really am concentrating, tongue out and all. I'll do one more just to get our front covers and stuff on so we can start putting this together. So you guys can get a gist of everything that's going to happen. I love this punch. Bye, Lana. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. So for those of you guys that are here that watched Saturday, that saw the project, is Xandra still here? I'm not sure if she's still here or not. And Jen. I know Xandra's going on this coming Saturday. I don't know if you guys talked about that already. Oh, she is here. What time are you going on, Xandra? I don't know if you guys already talked about that. I might have missed it. So if I did, just say you already did. Oh, sweet. Okay. They posted their shows and our events on our... Oh, sweet. Awesome. What's wrong?
I don't know which one I did and didn't do.
Well, it's okay. Just your best work.
Those two ones, and that one,
Okay. I'm going to take a drink of water. Whew. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or Daylight Time. Okay. Let's get these little pops out of the way. Over little punch poo. Okay. Do you have that other sheet of paper? I gave you two. Oh, here it is. Okay. I can ink some of these really, really quick like. Hope that one's inked. Just so we can get moving.
keep rolling.
Yeah. I'm just inking with the walnut stain and I'll go back over it with the black soot.
What about this one?
That's yours. I grabbed another one.
Oh, okay.
Walnut stain and black soot are my favorite. I've got a few daubers with different pads on them. I have a circle one in black soot, and then I have my square homemade one, and then vice versa. So there's a couple. I actually think this one may have been for a different ink, but you can't tell.
Boy, you can tell that you get it and you see it first time. Okay.
Lace doily. Oh, you know what? Before I forget this, I've been trying to catch them because I got these a long time ago before I started broadcasting and needed to know what they were to share. So let's just go. I've been updating my punches as we've used them in class. So okay, lace doily. Thank you so much, Susan. Okay. Oh, wait. I got the black over. And now I'm just going over it with the black thread.
That is working.
Any questions about anything we've done so far? We're going to start papering next and get this all papered.
Yeah, if you have any questions about me, just go right ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead. Have a conversation. I'll relay it. Oh,
My
honey.
eyes are blue.
They're brown.
Shh.
Oh,
I'm 6 feet tall.
5'10".
Honey.
Oh my goodness.
And done. Done. My back is feeling a little stretch out.
All right, thank you for helping.
What do you want me to do?
Say goodbye to everyone. Oh, wait. Susie Scraps wants to know how wide are the corner strips? Corner strips. Are you talking about these? They started out at 1.5 inches wide, and then they're border punched on both sides. So probably their finished width is something along the lines of 1 inch. Say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, everyone. Did I get it all done for you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Thank you, honey. I love you.
See you later, guys. Girls.
Yeah, so these ones start at 1.5 inches wide and scored at 3/4 and then border punched, and then you'll have a perfect. It looks nice and even all the way around. And I'm going to gently fold that score line. Hey, it helped that he inked all that, because we would probably still be inking right now. Okay, just one more to go. Although, I think you forgot one section. That's okay. I'll fix it. I'll finish it. I just asked which papers you used. Darn work phone. Oh, okay. What paper I used for the corners? Is that what you're asking? Or for every section? Oh, I missed which papers you used. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll show you. Let me get these ink tools out of the way before I put something in them. I didn't mean to put in them. Okay, so those 4 are inked and ready to rock and roll. Oh, wait. So for down the seam. Okay. So for the corners, the paper I used is this one. And I don't see, like, you know how usually at the top it says what the name of the paper is? I don't see that, so I'm not sure what to call this sheet of paper. I didn't say it anywhere, but it's this one. It's got the writing down the side, kind of black with some script and some flowers in the lower right hand corner. Clock at the very top left hand corner. Okay, so that's the paper I used for that. Grab our box and put some paper on there. Go ahead and start with the back paper. Back lower section. And again, mind your wording and such. There you go. Okay, so you can use your score tape to put this on. However you like to do it. Everybody knows that I use thousands of yards of score tape every year. So let me see if I can get some more room under this camera. So I always do my ends first because I can pull off one piece of tape. It'll allow me to position it to where I want, and then I successfully will be able to pull off the rest because I can't put things on to save my life straight. So I do both ends, and then I'll do top and bottom. And I'll show you what I mean. It is Prima. This is the Prima Time Traveler's Memories collection. It looks like this. Oh, stinking glare. It's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous collection. I think we're going to be able to get this paper on, but when I think of everything that we still have to do, I don't know. We might have to start thinking of another time. How about next Monday, same time? And for sure it'll be done then. I just don't think we're going to make it tonight. But we'll see. We'll know by the end of class. So it's your top. So this is the bottom section. Okay. So what I'm going to do is peel off one end. There's my craft knife. Let me burnish my tape too, just to make sure it's nice and on there. Okay. Go ahead and pull this off. Let's see here. Well, I don't know if he should mow the lawn. We spent 2.5 hours in the hospital this morning at 1:30 in the morning. I really don't want him doing anything. Oh, if he wants to mow it tomorrow, he can mow it tomorrow. I just want him to rest tonight. That's all. Yeah, he does. He needs to go for one night.
all the mountains.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry you guys. We'll put this bottom section down. So this one side is all glued down, so it's holding it in place for me. So now I can pull the rest of my tape off. Sorry, you guys, being mom and everything else all at once. Okay. Yes, we spent, Connor woke me up this morning at 1:30 in the morning, begging me to take him to the ER, which this is a kid that never wants to go to the ER, ever. And he got a really bad sunburn at work on Friday, and he hasn't quite recovered. The blisters had popped. He was severely itching. So, okay, and here's our next piece. Okay, and I do leave just a little bit of a gap. I think it gives it really, it makes it look really nice with that gap. And it's probably about a 1/16 of an inch gap between the two papers. It makes it almost look like this section lifts off of this section. So I know but he's doing good. He's doing good. So let me put this tape down. Yeah, between the two papers is where I like to leave a gap. And I did it on the first one as well. You can't tell unless you're up really close looking. But even when you're up close looking, it looks fabulous. So it is beautiful. I absolutely love this paper. It's one of my favorite paper linings. Okay. Oh, let's go ahead and do our one piece at a time. We'll line it up to where we want it. Stick it down. Okay. Got our nice gap. And then remove the rest of the tape. This is my favorite, one of my favorite sheets in here, but I also like what we're using on the inside of the drawer. That's also one of my favorite sheets as well. Okay, I'm going to burnish it down. Go to the side. Grab one of the sides. And we're going to put them on there just like so. There we go. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put tape on those and then stick those down as well. If you guys can hear the fan, just let me know. It's hot, hot, hot in here. Ooh, sizzling hot. And I have it a lot. I have it cranked up higher than I did on Saturday's show. So if you guys can hear it, let me know. And if it's bugging you, I'll turn it down. Oh, good. You know, Mark left. You guys got totally quiet. I see. Just playing. Just playing. Let's go ahead and burnish our tape. Oops. Removing the wrong one. Remove our end piece first. Thinking problem here, tape. There we go. Go ahead and line that up where we want it. And press it down. We are a fan of you. Oh my goodness. Let's get that up close. That's how big this thing is. I can't make my tripod go up any higher. I mean, we're a good 24 inches off my tabletop too. So. You guys are so funny. Okay, let's do this one. What time is it? Time? Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to have to do next Monday. So we'll finish. We're going to go for another 35 minutes. We'll see how far we get done, but there's just so much more to do. Maybe next month. Oh, darn it. Didn't do my end first. Maybe next Monday we will go for like an hour or so. See. So Carol will have to. Good night, Sandra. We'll have to probably schedule next Monday too. I didn't think it would take 3, but I mean it is a relatively big project. Yeah, well, I'm still going to be here. I know, Jenny did great, huh? She did awesome. This is her first time streaming. She just comes out and she's all natural and like she's been doing it forever. She did fabulous. Fabulous. Don't forget. Don't forget what? I'm trying to follow what you guys are talking about. I'm not doing a very good job of it. Yeah, I'm on my own Ustream tomorrow, and Eileen and Mitz are going to go into the drawing for the cupcake. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. They're the only 2 that took on the challenge for the using fabric and lace and stuff for the cupcake, and they turned out fabulous. So one is going to win a $25 gift card to scrapitabadoo.com. And then the other one is going to win a Prezi from me. So both of you ladies win either way. So if you're both here, bravo. You just don't know what you won. We will draw for it. We will hold tradition. And I don't know, we might pick up the cupcakes once school starts again. Maybe do like a Halloween one, maybe a school one, Thanksgiving and a Christmas. The themed ones seem to do pretty well. So. Alright, so here is our side And see how that rail goes all the way around it? So let's do this side. I'm going to go ahead and put paper on both of these while I have them here. The stripe is fabulous. I love how it turned out. I'm trying to make sure I stay on camera for you guys. I have a tendency to pull things towards myself. Yeah, so tomorrow on my Ustream channel we're gonna keep going with the BHA. Big honking album. So for those of you guys that are regulars, this is what it's gonna look like with me for the next week. So we have tomorrow's class, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thursday's class at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then there will be no class again on Sunday, I believe. And then we'll have next Monday here on Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo's channel at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then again on Tuesday. I'll let you guys know about Sunday as we get towards the end of the week. We shall see. And actually, I'm going to put that on last. Tape. So it's a lot of streaming. It's fun though. I absolutely love it. I love that you guys spend your time with us here at Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo and even on my own personal channel as well. And all the other ladies, you guys are so, so, so supportive. It makes it awesome. So. On Thursday is 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right between Catherine's classes. And Thursdays right now are just makeups for Sunday. They're not in addition. They're just makeups because the last couple of Sundays, or the last 2 Sundays we haven't been on Sunday. One because it was Memorial Weekend, and then last Sunday because I was on Saturday before. So let's go ahead and put this one on. You guys are just staring at black. You know what? Let me turn on my studio light. I bet you that's why these are getting blurry. Let's see if this helps wash it out a little bit. Oh, Pacific Daylight Time. See, I never switch it. I'm always standard. I just can't remember to say it. It's like 6 months of the year it's one, and 6 months of the year it's the other. It's just me, and I cannot get this tape off. What's this? Darn tootin', and I burnished it. What's the deal? Oh, there we go. Okay. Again, look at your directions. You have directional paper. And put it down. So Susan Chamberlain printed the cutting guide, and she totally followed along in class. I think she was further than I got by, just like an hour or so after my show. She rocked it. She is awesome sauce. I was like, holy smokes, it's farther along than I am. She's not doing the cubbies in the top of hers, I guess. She's gonna do, I think it's just gonna be one unit at the top, which is awesome. That's gonna be, I want to know what you're storing in that, Susan, if you're watching this, or if you're here. I can't see the chat. I know, she was so fast. But it turned out awesome. Totally in love with it. She hasn't papered it yet, but okay, we're just going to get our fronts on and get our corners on so you guys can see. And once we get our corners on, we're actually going to put our feet on, our Timmy feet, which is a perfect place to end for the show because those Timmy feet are going to need to dry. I'm putting them on with the E6000. I'm not using the brad holes. So see, Mark did a great job inking. He's fabulous. Turned out awesome. Okay, so I love how continuous it is all the way around. And then let's do the front. So this will be our front, just like so. Okay. And don't worry if you see a little extra. Our corner edges are going to go right up over this. You're not going to see it, so no worries. These are going to go right here and up against this inside edge of the drawer. You want that paper up against that. Not hanging over, but up against that. So if there's like, you're like, oh my gosh, the hinge is showing, it doesn't matter. It's going to get covered by our fantastic edge strips. Just like so. Okay? So let's put some tape on this stuff, and we will be ready to roll. All of the projects were. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Xandra's just like the queen of anything awesome. I mean, she can take a glue stick and make it look like gold. And so she has actually posted on Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo's Facebook page one of the Prima dolls that she did with the new Enchanted paper with Bo Bunny, and holy stinking moly, it is just too cute. Too cute. So, so cute. Absolutely love it. So, and Jen's time capsule is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So I messed up moving videos over. I went to move the videos from Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo's Ustream to YouTube, where they will be stored. And I clicked the one touch button that moves them over like automatically. It's fabulous and you don't have to do anything. Well, I was logged into my very own Google account. So I moved them to my YouTube. So I removed them from my YouTube, and now I have to manually upload them. So Xandra's first pre-show is up, Janny's is up, mine is up, and then the other two will be uploading tonight. It takes a minute, so it's kind of, you know, it's just one of those things. So 3 of Saturday's videos are on the Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo YouTube channel. So it's going to be so the YouTube channel is going to be www.youtube.com/user/Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo crafts. And that's our YouTube channel. You can see Jenny's really, really awesome at putting up the some of the stuff that she gets from the store. She does kind of like a walkthrough of the papers, and that's like completely awesome. So you guys can see like a step-by-step of each of the papers that are in a collection. I think Lemonade stand from Bow Bunny just went up the other day, I think. I know it's up. I just don't know when it went up. She's got a close look at this paper as well, I believe. Jenny, did you do a close look at this paper? I know that there's a couple others on there. It is. It's fabulous. She totally just goes on there and then just kind of does a walkthrough of the papers that she gets. It's nice to see them because now I honestly want the lemonade stand. It was my second favorite of the 3 releases from Bo Bunny. I was like, you know, I was so in love with the other one. Oh my gosh. It is divine. I don't know. Have you guys seen one of the new Bo Bunnies? Oh, my little Nils is dreaming. She's over. I can hear her yelping. Poor thing. She's probably dreaming about Saturday and how I locked her out of the craft room while I was podcasting. Oh. It is stinking fabulous. I'll have to show you guys. So once we end this, if you guys want to stay around for a peek at that collection. Ooh, so yummy. Thank you, Janny. I knew it was up there. I was going through them all the other day. It's just my days are confused. I think it's just my mind. But hey, you know, as long as it's in Happy World, I'm good. So we'll get these on, and then the corners on, and then we'll get the feet on, and we're going to have to let it dry, so it'll be a perfect place to stop. And so for this front cover, because I'm gluing things to the front of it, I want to make sure that the center is really adhered down as well. So I'm going to run a couple strips right down the center, because we are putting our embellishments on the front. It's not a lot of weight, it's just a couple die cuts and some flowers, but hey, nonetheless, caution, caution, caution. Okay. Go ahead and peel the tape back off. Ooh, stuck to my camera cord. Oh. Okay. Burnish it down. Always, always burnish. So we're going to use some tape here on our corner. Let's go ahead and grab these out. We have done, I'm going to put 3/8 inch, or 1/4 inch on them, I'm sorry. I can find my 1/4 inch. Oh, it's right here. Alright, go ahead and do this to all 4. Each corner stripped. So next Monday, what we'll be finishing up is the embellishment of the front, and then the paper covering of the drawers. And then I will take it upon myself to paper cover the inside of the tops of these. Okay. So now what you're gonna want to do as you do this, just to make sure, because sometimes they get a little wonky. I have one that went a little bit wonky right here. Is to just measure, so you don't have to recut everything. All of them should always be 3 7/8 high for the paper. All of them. It's always the width that you're just going to be double checking for your cuts, okay? So just double check them. I showed you on Saturday's show how to draw the lines for your guidelines to set each of these in, the big strip and then the 3 dividing walls once your main walls were up, okay? And then you just hinge them in. I hinge front, back, everywhere. There's a hinge in this. There's not one missing, I can tell you that. So, I'm just going to cut the squares and ink them myself over the next few days to put in here, so they'll be ready for Monday's show. So on Monday, we should just be able to do the front. Our feet will be dry. We can decorate the jars, and then we'll paper the outside of the drawer. That will be our plan for Monday. But let's go ahead and put our corners on and glue our feet on. Because you have to have these strips on first before you put your feet on. Yeah, Jen, I'm uploading all of Saturday's videos to Scrappa's Ustream. They're under the playlist Ustream. Scrappa Dabadoo's Ustream. I call it Scrappa, so. So we're going to go ahead and remove the tape and then just adhere around the corner. You're welcome, Janny. Okay, and I'm just going to burnish the edge of it, burnish all the way down. Just like so. It looks so pretty. I love it. How elegant. Okay. And then you'll want to have your E6000 ready. We're going to glue on our feet. Just getting all this off. I'm just watching chat, you guys. Bye, Jen. We'll see you on your stream. Okay. All of our corners are on. Our paper is on. Look how beautiful it is. Absolutely love this. Got kind of like almost a chair rail around the edge of it. And see how it lines up perfectly? I absolutely love that. It almost looks like it's two parts. Grab our feet and we're going to glue those on with E6000. Okay, and these are going to go, so here's the front bottom. So these are going to go on just like so. I'm going to try and hold this so you can see it. These ones are spray painted. It's going to go on just like that. And they look super elegant and beautiful with it. I absolutely love it. Okay. So I'm going to take my corner. Hi, Lois. Yay, Miss Lois is here. I'm going to try and open my glue here. Okay. And I'm just going to put some of this glue on the bottom for sure. And then kind of more towards the center. Once you press this in, it's going to expand. Okay, so you guys can see right there, just kind of gooped in there. So I'm just going to slide it right onto my corner. And then if there are any, and you want to push and give it some pressure, okay? So if there's any leakages, things like that, you're going to want to wipe those off as well. Okay? So there's our first one. And this needs to sit for 24 hours. Give it a full 24 hours, you know. Let it have its full curing time, okay? Just push it up there and give it a lot of pressure. And you can see right here on the bottom we've got some goopage. Okay, so you can just easily wipe that off. You don't want to leave it there. It would bug me because I would know it's there. So I'm just going to wipe it off. Okay. Let's grab the other 2 feet. So while I'm gluing these 2 feet on, are there any questions that I can answer? We're in our last 5 minutes of our record time. I do want to show you guys one of the new Bo Bunny collections because it's just stinking beautiful. It's by far one of my favorites, but I'm really starting to really love that lemonade stand. That lemonade stand is a great summer album paper. I did spray paint the feet. I spray painted the feet, the drawer pulls, and the lids to the jars, and the jars themselves. And I listed what paint I used. I don't know if I have it in here. I do. The spray paint I used is the Rust-Oleum. It's universal. It's a forged hammer paint and primer in one, and it's the burnished amber. And you guys can kind of see that's what it gives. It's a hammered look. And that's exactly what they look like. You can see it really well on here. You can see it on the feet too, but you have to be really like here to see it. It gives it that hammered look when you spray it. Okay, so that is it for today's class. We're going to be back here next Monday, same time, same channel, right here at Scrap It Up Do Crafts on Ustream, and we're going to finish it up. On Monday, we're going to do the drawer, decorate the front. I will have the paper already in it, and we'll decorate the jars. So Monday, easy peasy class. I'm going to let these feet dry, but it turned out super gorgeous. Look at it with those feet and the paper. It's going to be yummy when it's embellished. So let me go ahead. I'm going to get the Bo Bunny paper out real quickly. This is the Bo Bunny Somewhere in Time collection, and holy Christmas. I'm going to go ahead and I'll leave the recording on for this just in case people want to see it. It comes with some really nice solids, but this paper is absolutely divine. So one of my next design team projects is going to be using this paper. Okay, so this is the Somewhere in Time. I absolutely love this paper. Okay. It comes with your combo stickers, got your letters, and then you've got some of your frames, tags, borders, things like that. Okay, this is one of my favorites. This one is the balloons. This paper is called Balloons. And then the back side of this, I absolutely love it. And it looks really kind of rusty. The coloring on these are great. Good night, Susan. Thank you so much for being here. This one is it Sharp? I can't pronounce that. I'll just show it to you. Chronaut? That's the name of it. I can't pronounce that. For some reason it's not clicking. Corset down here. Absolutely love this paper. I call them ghost gears. Kind of what they look like. Absolutely love it. Oops. Hubby's med time. Sorry, you guys. This one's called Memento. Love the hat. Just brilliant. This one's called Evening Mist. Yeah, you'll have to see it in person. It doesn't show all the colors well. They're very, I don't want to say vibrant. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to say thick, but that's not what I'm looking for either. This is Imagination. Love this flower. The gears. The wonky chevron. The tags on these are stinking cute. Keepsake. Love these tags. Oops. That's my favorite one. I love that one. If I didn't, I would buy this entire collection just to have these tags. It's a good thing I love the entire collection. Awesome. My favorite. I saw it and I about passed out. This one is called Summer in Time. I love this paper with the doors on the front. Or the door handles. Okay. This one is called Passage. Nice wood grain door handle. The back side. Okay. And then this one is called Antiquity. I love this paper. I love the colors. I love the flowers, and I like it. Really looks really dimensional in person. There, you can see the writing really, really well behind the flowers. It's awesome. I absolutely love this. Okay. So that is the Bo Bunny Somewhere in Time collection pack. 19 pieces to that. It also comes with the 6x6, and the only thing different in the 6x6 is the corset page. There's the page with the corset, how it has the one corset down here. This one in the 6x6 has a ton of corsets on it, which is even more awesome. I absolutely love this page. So it's the same exact papers except for that one big corset page is this one. Okay, there is also the ephemera pack. There's the ribbons, the buttons, the metal brad, chipboard, jewels, tons of little paper cut aparts. There's even this thick chipboard. They throw in like an actual piece of paper torn out of a book. I mean, it's just so much fun. These are absolutely awesome. And these brads are metal, and they're just gorgeous. These ones are I'm not a big brad person at all, and I absolutely love these brads for these reasons. Let me turn off my light. We won't have some glare. There we go. That didn't help too much, but I love these brads. And then we've got the jewels. So you've got your crystals and your pearls. You've got your chipboard buttons, and there's some wood ones in here. These are just gorgeous. I love these. You've got your layered chipboard. By far my favorite. I don't actually want to use this collection. I want to hoard it. And then, of course, you've got your Bow Bunny Noteworthy. And it comes with this. And these pieces are actually quite big. Like the gears and stuff, they look small on the back, but they are quite big. Okay. And then these punch out to actually make gears. So you have a really kind of cool dimensional tag. Anyways, you get the idea. It's got some frames, a hot air balloon, and you could totally keep this and trace this out and make as many hot air balloons as you wanted. That'd be kind of cool. The gears, all of these pop out, so they're actual gear looking. Okay. Love that. This would be great on a card. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to use that for that. The corset, just got some more gears. Look at this heart. The gears in it. This is an owl. Let's go this way. Owl. And then tons of other embellishments. Love that one. There's just some more tags and gears and such. Here's another hot air balloon, a bigger hot air balloon. Okay. So tons of yummy goodies in these packs. Enough to embellish a couple mini albums if that's what you so choose to make out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. So this is part 2 of the tagged memories. My name is Ashley. I'm a design team member for Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo. You can find them at scrap-a-dab-a-doo.com. They have a great online store, and they're just fantastic ladies. We've got a great crafty community, and we'd love for you to join us. So if you're watching this, go ahead and check us out. So I will see you guys next Monday for part 3, and that'll be the final part at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to get used to that. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop the recording. So we'll see you guys Monday. Bye, everyone.